Lombardi's career is all but over. I would dare to say that he has even put the death knell in his career as any type of TV analyst. All right, nation, real man talk now. Are you feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit sluggish, a little bit overweight? Probably because your testosterone's a little bit low. But don't worry, Raider D here, and I got your back. Our channel sponsor, Earth Elixir, which is proudly owned by a Raider Nation fan, is all natural, and they have Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agresta in one easy-to-take combination capsule per day to naturally raise up your testosterone. Get your Tongat Ali and Fedosia Agresta today, plus they have a whole bunch of other natural products to help you out in feeling better. Make sure at checkout that you use the promo code RaiderD to save an additional 15% for all the Raider Nation and football fans alike. I'll leave a link down in the description. He is clearly has a personal grudge against the Las Vegas Raiders. He is clearly one-sided. He is clearly a hater. And it is only getting worse because this man just continues to double down on his racist, BS, uneducated comments of degrading the Las Vegas Raiders, the fan base, the coach, and even owner Mark Davis.
What do Raiders fans really need to know about how you feel about this team?
First thing is, you haven't won. I don't understand the swagger with Raider fans. I don't understand this false notion that you're this incredible franchise. I don't get the arrogance and this lack of knowing. You know, you throw words around like the Raider way. What is the way? What good can you say about the Raiders? The fact that you're from Compton, the fact that you wear silver and black, the fact that you're tough, like the fact that you've never won is a joke.
Why is Mike Lombardi so obsessed with the Las Vegas Raiders? Could it be due to the fact that Al Davis fired him because as his job title with the Oakland Raiders as a senior personnel executive, he was terrible at his job? I mean, essentially, all you got to do as a personnel executive is make sure that all the jock straps are being allocated properly. How hard is that job, Mike Lombardi? You couldn't even manage to keep that job. And then you somehow weasel your way to get your son a job with the Raiders as an offensive coordinator. And how did that pan out? In just a season and a half, he gets fired because his offense was completely and utterly terrible, a disaster. He sucked at his job. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, Michael, and this is the problem with you. Because of the fact that you were terrible at your job as a senior personnel executive and you could not manage to keep a job within the NFL, you couldn't manage to get your son to keep his job in the NFL, you now feel it is your personal mission, your crusade to take down the Las Vegas Raiders in any way you can. However, you are only taking down your own career, Mr. Michael Lombardi, because what you fail to realize is when you go and you call the coach of the Raiders stupid and not knowing what he's talking about, not knowing the Raider way, simply because he's from Compton, newsflash, the vast majority of the fans are not a bunch of 64-year-old fat, pasty white guys. The majority of the fans of the Raider Nation are of different colors, different ethnicities, different socioeconomic backgrounds. We're not all a bunch of pasty white dudes that look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, like you. But it's okay. Cool, I understand it. You don't like black head coaches. You don't like anybody from Compton. That's your personal preference. Hey, everybody has an opinion, right, Mr. Lombardi? But I got a news flash for you, bud. You're not a Raider. You were never a Raider. You were hired to walk around and count jock straps. That was your job. You had no significance. And now you want to come on TV and you want to double down. You want to call the fan base of the Raiders stupid because the Raiders haven't won since you were there, as though you had something to do with us going to a Super Bowl. Again, you were a player personnel assistant. You counted jock straps. You were not a part of us going or a reason for the Raiders going to a Super Bowl. And your son, Mick Lombardi, sucks at his job of being an offensive coordinator. He couldn't get it done with Derek Carr. He couldn't get it done with Jimmy G. He couldn't get it done with AOC. He was terrible. And you only got on TV every single day just giving a big old wet kiss to Josh McDaniels because he was your son's boss. And when he got fired, all you want to do is hate and hate and hate because you are a petty little man, just like Josh McDaniels was. You are two peas in a pot. Maybe the two of you should elope and go have a little secret relationship off in the Bahamas because you are made in hell for each other. So, your comments about the Raiders not having a winning season just goes to show how unintelligent you are. 2016, we went 12-4, tied for first place in the AFC West, went to the playoffs. Had it not been for Derek Carr getting his leg broken just before the playoffs, we probably had a good shot at making a Super Bowl run because he was having an MVP caliber year and the team as a whole was fantastic. Also, don't forget, right before McDaniels got here, we had another winning season, despite the NFL definitely trying to sabotage the Raiders. We went 10-7, made the playoffs, and would have won that game if it were not for the referees giving a free touchdown to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I don't know what you're talking about when you say that we haven't won anything since you were there, as though, again, the guy who counts jock straps had something to do with us going to a Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there. We did win. We have had winning seasons. We have been to the playoffs. Has it been perfect? Has it been great? No, it hasn't. But guess what? To say that because we haven't been great, we haven't won a Super Bowl in quite a long time, there's a lot of teams in the NFL who haven't won a Super Bowl at all. Why don't you go and talk about them instead of talking about the Raiders, who have actually won 3 Super Bowls, and we have been to multiple Super Bowls? Therefore, I would just say maybe you should just shut your mouth, Mike Lombardi. Maybe it would be better for you to talk about something else, because every single time that you open your mouth and the word Raiders comes out of it, you are only destroying yourself. You are making yourself look like a petty little man with nothing better to do in your life than hate on an organization who fired you because you failed to count all the jock straps properly.